Hello everyone and welcome now to Game 2 in the series between Type Real and Welmu here on Ohana. Game 2 in the series as Type Real lost Game 1. Welmu able to fend off some early attacks, coming back over the top with one Colossus who didn't want to go down even though he was going up against two Immortals. And we'll see what the strategies will be this time around. Once again, I do expect a lot of standard play. Protoss versus Protoss, one of those matchups where not a lot of people really enjoy playing, but then again, I guess you could be a Protoss versus Protoss specialist and come out ahead. We do see a pylon already coming in from Welmu. Meanwhile, let's take a look at Real. Real pretty much doing the same exact build as well. No crazy pylon placement or pylon timings. Now, I don't expect to see an expansion on this map. One of the reasons why is any 4-gate timing or 4-gate shenanigans utilizing sentries will easily be able to block off a ramp here. Now, even though Protoss players can warp in units anywhere they want to get past this wall, you generally don't want to be forced to warp in where your opponent is, as those units can take damage as they're warping in. We are going to see Welmu opening up with a little bit of a faster gateway this time around. Meanwhile, Real not getting that faster gateway. We'll see whether or not assimilators will be coming down as well, and where that second pylon placement will be. Now, most Protoss players like to overlap or keep that second pylon in a very good location, and then perhaps try to hide some tech with that third pylon. Assimilator is now being warped in as well. There's another pylon off over here. We may see some gateways down here, and I'm gonna have to write a letter to David Kim asking why pylons don't show up on replays, at least their power matrix. Now, we are going to see the probe make his way down and now back up across the map in this Protoss versus Protoss matchup. And we are going to be going into that Cybernex core. Once again, Welmu is slightly ahead, but being ahead at this point in the game is pretty much inconsequential. You're not going to really get ahead of your opponent until you start actually trying to engage. Welmu already training up a Zealot. We also see Welmu getting into a faster second assimilator. Meanwhile, Real with a much faster second assimilator as well. So we could be seeing some interesting tech. Welmu has scouted and is scouting in a little bit faster than his opponent. He will spot that there is a second assimilator already down with 3 probes going inside that assimilator. And we'll see where this one probe will be traveling up next. Stalkers now being warped in. Warp gate tech now being researched, and we also see one Zealot trying to make sure that there are no proxy pylons anywhere nearby. Is he going to be able to intercept this probe is the key question, as the probe from Type Real actually going to come perhaps hide a pylon here. Now, this is not actually close enough to warp up onto the high ground. It's just an out of the way position for that probe, so that you can see some early engagement. Stalker now gonna be coming down. Down goes the probe. Good job, nice teamwork to make sure that that probe was taken out. Now Welmu gonna be coming around the corner, and is he gonna spot this pylon? Oh yes, he does actually spot the pylon, and he will shoot this down, and this is gonna be a huge advantage for Welmu, as he's gonna take down this forward pylon and supply block his opponent at 30 over 34, 30 over 26 most likely, once this pylon does get destroyed. So one pylon already down for Real, 30 over 26, and we are seeing all of these units now try to perhaps get back inside their base. A new probe already being forced to come back down all the way here, and it looks like it will be warping in and replacing that pylon once more. Real does have 2 Stalkers, and the Stalkers are going to engage together, getting in a little bit of damage on that Stalker, but the shields will just naturally recharge. We are going into a robotics facility. All of this still off of one gateway. A little bit strange that Welmu only has one production building so far. Real has 2 and is getting an additional 1 now, so it is going to be 3 gateways, as we are going into a proxy Stargate by Real. Very interesting play, and it will really depend on the number of Stalkers that we see. An Observer is already out, and we are now transitioning into an Immortal, which would be good if we were seeing some Stalkers and utilizing those Immortals against Stalkers, because we are going into that Void Ray. That Void Ray could cause some problems. Stalkers now engaging here. Are we going to perhaps see a sight up onto the high ground? Stalkers are warping in. 4 production buildings will be operational for real. A Void Ray not yet being warped in just quite yet, as the Stalker's going to come in. It could also be Phoenixes to try to pick up the Immortal, but no, it is going to be a Void Ray, and I believe that Void Ray is going to be Chrono Boosted out. 2 Chrono Boost on a Stargate consecutively will get a Void Ray out in about, I believe, 40 seconds. So that is a very, very fast fast production time as real now making a very good arc down here on the bottom. I don't believe Welmu is going to be able to respond or react well against this. There are sentries down here as well. Guardian Shield going to limit the amount of damage that those Stalkers are going to do to that Void Ray, as a second Void Ray now being added. Is a new pylon going to be coming in? No, a new pylon not coming in just quite yet. 1 Void Ray is up. A second Void Ray now being trained, and he wants 2 Void Rays before he shows it off to his opponent. Colossus is not going to do anything, actually going to be taking more damage from that Void Ray, as the Void Rays deal bonus to massive. Zealots are here. There is that Void Ray. You can see the shadows. The Void Ray is charging up on the destructible rocks. And what is going to be going down here? The Void Ray now nearly back up to full hit points. Is it going to be able to do very much of anything, as we now see more warping in as well? All right, those Void Rays need to charge off those rocks. Oh, charging against a couple Stalkers and now some Zealots. And now going to charge off the destructible rocks here. Here we go. 2 very, very fully charged Void Rays in position and absolutely destroying this front line here, taking down the Stalkers, taking down the sentries, as the Void Rays are still at full hit points. Once the Stalkers do go down, the Immortals will simply fall afterwards. The force field's actually hurting, as Welmu is going to lose these Void Rays rather quickly, and Welmu even responding with the wow. I'm just completely surprised and taken back by this strategy, and there is the GG. So a proxy Stargate coming in from Type Real to take Game 2. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.